started on a windless morning. Hollow Creek was the kind of town where nothing ever arrived without warning. Trucks, storms, news, everything announced itself long before it mattered. So when the sky changed, people noticed immediately. At 6:41 a.m., old farmer Silas Murrin stepped onto his porch and saw it. A thin trail of smoke stretching across the sky, perfectly straight. No source, no flame, no sound of aircraft, no fire on the horizon. Just a dark, deliberate line moving slowly overhead like something had dragged a burning thread across the world. Silas squinted. "That ain't right," he muttered. By 7 a.m., others had seen it too. The smoke didn't rise, it didn't drift, it moved, not like wind, like intention. It crossed the sky at a steady pace, ignoring clouds, cutting through sunlight, never thinning, never fading, and it made no sound. At the town diner, people gathered by the windows. No one had called a meeting, no one had sent a message. They simply came, drawn by something they couldn't explain. Martha Cole, the diner owner, wiped her hands nervously. "It's probably a wildfire somewhere far off," she said. But even she didn't believe it, because there was no smell of burning wood, no ash falling, no heat in the air, just the smoke, silent, watching. By noon, the trail had passed directly over Hollow Creek. And that's when the first strange thing happened. All the clocks stopped, not broken, not frozen, just paused. Every ticking second in the town fell into silence at the same moment. Even wristwatches, even phones, even the church bell, mid-chime, stuck in the air like it forgot how to finish its sound. Then the second thing happened. People started remembering things they had never lived. A man named Joel suddenly knew the layout of a house he had never entered. A school teacher began calling roll with names of students who had never enrolled, and Silas Murrin stood on his porch whispering, "I've seen that smoke before." Even though he knew he hadn't, by sunset the smoke returned, or rather, it reversed. It didn't fade into the horizon. It came back the way it arrived, slowly, precisely, like rewinding something that had already been recorded. And as it passed over the town a second time, people began disappearing, not violently, not suddenly, just absent. One moment standing in a doorway, the next the doorway empty, no sound, no struggle, no trace, just missing space where a person had been. The sheriff tried to organize an evacuation, but the radios only repeated static, and then faintly, a voice underneath it, not human, not mechanical, just repeating the same phrase. "The line is not passing, it is marking!" That night, Hollow Creek went dark. No electricity, no firelight seemed to hold. Even the stars above looked dimmer, as if something had pressed against the sky from the other side. And still, the smoke moved, now slower, lower, closer to the ground. At midnight, Silas stepped outside again. He was the last one still remembering what the town used to be. He watched the smoke descend toward the earth like a finger drawing across glass. And then he heard it, not from the sky, from inside his own thoughts, a voice without sound, saying, "You were always here when it passed." Silas shook his head. "No, I live here." A pause. Then the voice replied, "So did the others!" He looked down the empty street. Houses still stood, lights still flickered, but there were no people left inside them, only outlines of lives that had been erased without noise. But the smoke reached the edge of Silas's porch. It stopped, hovering, waiting, and for the first time it changed direction toward him. Silas backed away. "What do you want?" The sky did not answer, but the smoke did. It rose slowly into the air again, forming letters across the night sky. Not words, a correction. When morning came, Hollow Creek was still there. The road still led into it. The houses still stood. But no one driving through ever saw the same town twice. And those who tried to remember it afterward could only recall one thing clearly: a long, silent trail of smoke in the sky, and the feeling that it had already passed over them before they were born.